went down the rabbit hole on old cities today. I was trying to figure out what the first ever city was. Short answer, we don't know. But I did find out some interesting stuff. Jericho is one of the candidates. We believe that it was founded in about 9000 BC in what is now the West Bank of Palestine. Even though it was deserted several times and sometimes even for about 1,000 years, it is one of the oldest cities that people are still living in. It is continuously inhabited and it has over 11,000 years of history stored up inside of it. Another really old town is Çatalhöyük in modern-day Anatolia, Turkey. It was founded in about 7,500 BC, and what's really interesting about it is that there are no streets at all. All of the houses are built right next to each other, so that the only way to get around town is across the rooftops, and there's ladders that go into each house. They found all sorts of really cool artifacts there, from intricate murals to over 2,500 clay figurines. From what we can tell, it seems like it was a very egalitarian society. We don't really see any evidence of palaces or places where super rich people would live. Seems like their economy was mainly based off of making and selling obsidian tools and trading with other civilizations. We see lots of evidence of developing agriculture. They also had taxidermied heads of animals on a lot of the home walls. But unlike Jericho, it wasn't inhabited that long, only about 2,000 years, and we think that around the 5000s BC, it was deserted for whatever reason. Maybe they realized that having streets would be nice. This next one is the coolest one in my opinion. Uruk in modern-day Iraq was an ancient Sumerian civilization, and it's widely considered to be the first true city. It was built in about 5000 BC, and they call it the Venice of the desert because it was connected with a bunch of different canals that all flowed into the Euphrates River. Archaeologists have found tons of proto-cuneiform tablets in there with records of barley distribution. They found a statue of a man named Lugal-Kasali, who was the king of Uruk, and they also believe that they might have found the possible location of Gilgamesh's tomb. If you're not familiar, there's an ancient Sumerian text called the Epic of Gilgamesh that talks about a legendary king, and we believe that he might have actually been a real person. As the story goes, when he died, they diverted the Euphrates River and buried him in the river bed before letting the river flow back over him. The problem is that after they announced that they might have found Gilgamesh's tomb, the United States invaded Iraq in 2003, and it's unclear as to what happened next. Some people believe that the entire Iraq war was just a cover-up, and that the real reason the United States invaded Iraq was to seize Gilgamesh's body. They say that when they got there, they found a perfectly intact giant body, that Gilgamesh was actually one of the Nephilim. They say that the United States stole his body and did something with it, but point is, it's no longer there. Meanwhile, the official story is that we never found his body and nothing ever happened.